Barron Trump, the youngest son of President Donald Trump, is known to the public as a boy born into luxury. But behind the glitz and glamour of his illustrious family, Barron has quietly pursued a grand dream to become an Air Force officer, a protector of America's skies. It's not just his dream, but also his way of proving himself beyond the shadow of his father. Before we dive into this story, let us know in the comments below which city or country you're tuning in from. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as tomorrow will bring you another inspiring story. The seed of a dream, Barron and his father. When Barron was 9 years old, he was basking in the brilliant spotlight of the White House as his father, Donald Trump, embarked on the presidential race. One quiet evening, as Barron played with building blocks on the plush carpet of a grand living room, Mr. Trump, having just finished a meeting with his advisors, approached him. "Barron, what do you think if I become president?" he asked, picking up a block from Barron's pile. Barron looked up, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What would you do as president?" Mr. Trump smiled lightly and sat beside him. "I want to make America great, to help people live happy, safe lives. Especially kids like you, they'll have a chance to grow up strong." Barron paused, deep in thought. "So if you do that, I want to do something special too. I want to protect people." "Protect?" Mr. Trump raised an eyebrow. Barron nodded, his gaze distant. "I want to fly in the sky like the pilots in the movies I watch. They fly really cool planes and keep people safe from danger. I want to do that." Mr. Trump burst into hearty laughter. "Flying in the sky, huh? Not a bad idea, Barron. But are you sure you want to do that? It's not easy." "I'm sure," Barron replied immediately, clutching a block tightly in his hands. "I'll learn, I'll try hard, and I'll do it." That seemingly simple conversation left a profound impact on Barron. From that day onward, every time he looked up at the sky, he imagined himself in the cockpit of a fighter jet, soaring through the clouds. Barron's passion grew even stronger when his father took him to Andrews Air Force Base at the age of 12. There he had a chance to see modern fighter jets up close. But it was during this visit that Barron witnessed an unforgettable event. As the group toured the air traffic control area, an alarm suddenly blared. An Allied military plane was experiencing technical issues during an emergency landing. In the critical moment, a veteran pilot skillfully maneuvered the aircraft to avert disaster. Barron stood frozen, his eyes fixed on the scene. Colonel Rogers, who was leading the tour, noticed the boy's intense focus. "What do you think, kid?" the colonel asked. Barron turned to him, his voice steady. "I want to do that. Not just fly, but save lives." Colonel Rogers chuckled, giving him a gentle pat on the shoulder. "Kid, that's a big dream you've got. But to do this, you'll need a lot of hard work and learning. Keep nurturing your passion, and maybe one day, you'll be the one sitting in that seat." Barron met the colonel's gaze, his eyes burning with determination. "I'll do my best. I will make it happen." To find out why Barron dreams of becoming an Air Force officer, watch the video to the very end and uncover the full, incredible story. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated and never miss another amazing story coming your way. As time passed, Barron's dream of becoming a pilot did not fade, it grew stronger. But living in a prestigious family like the Trumps came with the pressure of expectations. His parents hoped Barron would follow a business career and inherit the family legacy. Thus, he enrolled in NYU's Stern School of Business, one of the most prestigious schools in the United States. However, Barron never forgot his childhood dream. While attending business classes, he used his free time to self-study aeronautical science and aircraft engineering. He often visited the school library to search for books on aerodynamics, space technology, and modern aviation design. One day, during a supply chain management class, the professor posed a question: if you were managing a high-value product, which factor would you prioritize: cost, durability, or safety? Barron raised his hand, his eyes filled with enthusiasm. Safety. Because when you create something like an aircraft, it's not just about technology, it's about human lives. That's why I want to learn how to make superior products to protect people." His answer surprised the class. Some students chuckled, but the professor looked at Barron intently. "Interesting, Barron. I didn't know you had a passion for aviation." After class, a few students approached Barron to ask more about his ideas. Gradually, they learned that Barron was quietly pursuing his childhood dream of becoming a pilot or an aviation designer. The story spread across the school. Some admired him, while others were skeptical. Once, during a group discussion, an older student made a snide remark, "You're Donald Trump's son. Why work so hard? Can't you just wait to take over the family business?" Barron paused, but his gaze remained calm. "I could inherit my father's company, but I don't want to live only by that. I want to prove what I can do, not as Donald Trump's son, but as myself." Those words left the group silent. Perhaps they began to see that Barron was not just a privileged boy born into luxury, but a determined young man willing to pursue his dreams, even if it went against his family's expectations. Barron joined a volunteer trip with new students to assist veterans undergoing rehabilitation. It was his first close interaction with people who had sacrificed their youth and health for the country. At the center, Barron met Jack, a former combat pilot. Jack had once commanded a squadron during the war, but an accident had left him without both legs. Yet his eyes still burned with determination, as though the sky had never left him. "Kid, you want to be a pilot?" Jack asked, his voice gravelly but warm. Barron looked up, his eyes bright. "I've always dreamed of being a pilot. How can I achieve that, sir?" Jack stared at Barron for a long moment before replying, "Kid, a pilot doesn't just need skilled hands to control a plane. They need a big heart, one strong enough to overcome fear and put other people's lives above their own. Do you have that kind of heart?" Barron hesitated, then nodded. "I think I do. But how can I be sure?" Jack chuckled hoarsely. "You don't have to be sure right now, but if you keep getting back up every time you fall, if you refuse to give up, even when people say you're not good enough, you'll know." Those words struck a deep chord within Barron, like a guiding light illuminating the path he had been searching for. That night, in the quiet of his dorm room, Barron opened the journal he always carried to record life's pivotal moments. He wrote, not just to remember but to remind himself. "I don't just want to fly. I want to fly to protect. And I will never stop." Currently, Barron is still pursuing his studies at New York University, following his family's expectations. Yet his dream of becoming an Air Force officer has never faded. He understands that to turn his dream into reality, he needs not only the skills to fly an aircraft, but also managerial knowledge to make a larger contribution to the aviation industry in the future. One evening, while talking with his mother, Melania Trump, Barron shared, "I don't want to just live in Dad's shadow. I want to use what I've learned to change aviation to create better planes, not just for flying, but for protecting." Melania smiled, her eyes filled with pride. "I've always believed you'll do great things, Barron. Don't be afraid to walk your own path." Barron Trump's story is not merely about a boy dreaming of becoming a pilot. It's a reminder of the determination to rise above expectations and the responsibility to contribute to one's country. He has already begun planning to join an Air Force training program after graduation, combining his passion for flying with the business knowledge he has gained. This dream is not just that of a young boy, but a vision to make a significant contribution, pushing boundaries, reaching for the skies, and changing the world. Barron Trump's story reminds us that every dream is worth pursuing. No matter where you come from or the pressures you face, with determination and perseverance, you can overcome any obstacle to make your dream a reality. Success is not just about achieving your personal goals, but also about creating value and driving positive change in the world. If this story has touched your heart, we'd love for you to help spread this message by clicking like and sharing it with your friends. Help us reach our first milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Truly means a lot to us and will allow us to bring you more meaningful stories. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next story.